y'all been waiting on.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's me, it's Alexis Maurice, and it is time for an all-new episode of Hollywood Happenings. That's right, people. The show must go on, and that's exactly what we're doing today. A lot of you thought that Hollywood Happenings was going to stop because Trey isn't sitting next to me, but contrary to, most popular belief, we're still here. So go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine tonight. I saw this in the store, and it's a little ghetto, or whatever the case may be. We're going to try it. It's this new Arborita stuff by Arbor Mist. We're going to be drinking mango margarita. Go to Walmart. Ain't nothing but $2 and some change in Walmart. And then we also have strawberry margarita. So that's what we're going to be drinking tonight. Which one do you want to try first?
I think I'm gonna try
strawberry. All right, pour yourself a glass of wine, put on some lipstick, pull up a chair, because we're about to discuss the latest happenings in Hollywood. Tonight, I have on my right-hand side, your left, Mr. Rico Solier. You guys remember Rico. I call him BB, or whatever the case may be. But you guys remember him, fan fave. He's been on the show a couple of times, and so he's going to be my first official guest host post Trey, I guess you can say that or whatever. So welcome, Rico. How you doing?
Good. I feel like this is like the View rotating chairs until you get it right.
Until we get this shit right, we're gonna be rotating chairs or whatever. So while we take our first step, go ahead and like this video, share it on Facebook, YouTube, like on YouTube, share it on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all that chat. Thumbs up, because we're trying to come up. Did you take your first sip?
Yeah.
You so damn hard-headed. Trey, where you at? I need you back immediately. Fuck everything that we said. Come on back. I need you now. Tastes like Arbor.
It's just like it's just like, what's that thing called? The strawberry daiquiri.
A strawberry daiquiri?
No, it's Seagram's. Which is wine cooler.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's all it is, really, or whatever the case may be. So still go try it. You can like it yourself. So first order of business, of course, Lamar Odom. Hottest topic that's going on right now. For those of you who don't know, I think everybody should know that Lamar Odom was found in a brothel right outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. A brothel is a whorehouse.
Oh, bathhouse. Okay.
Whorehouse, bathhouse, whatever you want to call it. Let's look up the official definition of a brothel is.
It's like a groupie orgy thing.
Yes, it's a private place where you can come, you can get your freak on or whatever the case may be, legally, I guess.
Most of them nowadays are illegal.
Yeah, a brothel. Oh, a house of prostitution. That's exactly what it is. It's a house of prostitution. So he was found, of course, unconscious in a brothel in Las Vegas, with substances coming out of his mouth and his nose, white and pink substances. Upon further investigation, it looks as if
he had an overdose.
He overdosed on a, I don't want to say like a male performance drug or whatever the case may be. I think it's called, what is that stuff called? It was called something. It's something that has what Viagra has in it.
Horny goat weed.
Refuge or so. What?
Horny goat weed. You know they sell that.
What the hell is horny goat weed?
It's like a male enhancement. It's like something like a Viagra that you can buy over the counter at
horny. What is it called?
Horny goat weed. And it's like they have the horse pills and stuff like that. And you can, from the little Indian convenience stores, you can buy them. And they be on like front display. Like,
right there. You know about that?
Cause I just know.
What you mean? You just know? Cause I just know. What do you mean?
First of all,
have you tried it before?
No.
Honey goat weed.
It don't matter how many horny goat weeds I pop, that thing still won't get up. Cause I don't partake it in the front. I partake it.
Oh, you see, you nasty. I ain't finna have all of this foolishness going on here. The drug that Lamar was using was called.
And speaking of Lamar Odom, you know what pisses me off is how the media tries to kick someone when they're down.
Yeah.
Like when the media frenzied Lamar Odom, known for being on Keeping with the Kardashians. First of all, Lamar Odom has had his career longer than they've had theirs, and he's had his career longer.
I think he has 2 rings.
Yeah, and he has his career.
He's like an athlete,
right? A very well-known athlete, very good athlete at that. And so I think it's so crazy how people will try to kick someone when they're down, especially when they're going through a tough time like this right here.
The thing that was crazy to me was how the media said that he had cocaine. Cocaine was in his system. I don't understand how they got how did that information leak from the hospital? Those records are not supposed to be public and things of that nature. But
false information is, people will do anything for a like, for you to click on their blog to attract viewers in. So basically, far as for me, if I don't hear from it from TMZ, The Shade Room, or Perez Hilton, I ain't buying it from nobody else.
What about USA Today? What about more credible places versus all of that stuff? You went straight to like the tabloid type
right? Because it's
the
true.
Shade Room, TMZ, and
half
Perez
the time
Hilton.
USA Today don't even be on it.
But the name of the drug that was found in his system was Reload, of course. It's like a male performance enhancement drug or whatever. It was like he was at the brothel by himself, no entourage, no nothing like that for just 3 days straight. Just fucking.
There's no rock left.
Yeah, I feel... when I read the story when the news first broke, I actually was kind of sad a little bit. I don't know him from a can of paint, but when you all I know was that he wanted to play basketball and he wanted to get back together with his wife.
It's so crazy. What pisses me off about this thing too, as far as with Khloe Kardashian, everybody rushing to his bedside.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, Lamar Odom, I feel like he was reaching out for her when he showed up to her soul side, because she didn't want anything to do with him. So now that this news is broke and he's all in the hospital and all this other stuff like that, she's rushing by his bedside. But where were you? And also, if you pay attention, because I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians sometimes, but now I really just don't really want to keep up with them. Lamar has been reaching out, calling her, wanting to Memphis, want to do this, that, and third. But she's, all into herself now. Khloe is all about Khloe Kardashian now. I just think it's all publicity stunt gimmick.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, it can't be too much of a publicity stunt, BB, because she's technically still his wife.
But still, where were you when he needed you?
Even though that they have signed the papers, she's still his wife. And she's basically his next of kin. So somebody got to make the decisions. What do you think she's supposed to do? Just be a lifeless bitch and not go up and be next to him? She still loves him. She even recently gave an interview, said that she's always going to love Lamar, or whatever the case may be. Lamar got to get his stuff together, though. I think that's all that she wanted, was him to get his stuff together. But I'm glad that she is showing some signs of compassion and things of that nature for him, because if she didn't do it, nobody else will. Kim went there, Courtney went there, the mom went there. I haven't heard anything about what's the brother name?
Rob.
I haven't heard anything about him being there. But then Kobe Bryant, his old Lakers mate, actually was up there, and Master P blast Kobe Bryant
and the Kardashians
because he felt that Kobe could have done more. Matter of fact, let me just let you see this clip. Check out this clip now.
I know you're close friends with Lamar. I'm sorry about everything that's going on right now.
Yeah. Well, it's a sad situation, man.
Yeah.
Sad situation.
You were close friends with him for what, about 15 years?
Long time. I was like a mentor to him, and just sad to see what's going on, man. You know? The truth of the matter is, it's like so many phony and fake people out here now. And you go to show when something happened to you. Everybody is friend, everybody love you. But was that true?
Yeah.
I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? That's like my wife and her lawyer sitting by my bedside if something happened to me.
Oh, okay.
It ain't real.
So you're talking about Khloe and Chris and...
Well, I'm talking about Kobe. I'm talking about all this man wanted to do was play basketball.
Yeah.
Kobe was his friend. Kobe owned the team.
Yeah.
He could have got the man back on the team.
Wow.
That's all he wanted, you know. And even on that situation, I think he was just searching for love. And you look at it, his biggest problem was with the people that he showed love to, because he had a big heart. Yeah. You know, and it's like, it's phony, man.
So you think Kobe visiting him in the hospital and the Kardashians visiting him is more for publicity?
It looked like it.
You
know, I come from the streets. I keep it real.
Yeah.
You know, if you my friend, if you cared about me that much, why you didn't get him in the training camp?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And where these people at?
You think his NBA friends, Kobe and the Kardashians, could have been, you know, helped him out a lot more when he was struggling?
You loved him.
They should have been there. Y'all
should have worked it out. I mean, Kobe, know the man was a hell of a player. That's what I know. He was a hell of a player. You can't take that away from him. I think he could have been at least the 8th man on the Lakers roster this year.
And there you have it. I mean, straight from the horse's mouth, Master P feels, you know, he's been, of course, like a mentor to Lamar for several years. He feels that Kobe could have done more by getting Lamar back on the team or whatever. And he didn't necessarily bash the Kardashians or whatever. But
he just says all public. Whatever they do is right. Publicity.
He didn't know, Lamar didn't really know what he was getting into or whatever the case may be.
But you know what? I love the Kardashians. I love their mom because of the empire that they built. But they are some dangerous people. Every time you touch them or get accumulated with them, something always happens to you or your career.
Who? What are you talking about? What is your proof?
Adrienne Bailon. She struggled for a minute till she got on The View. Chris Humphries.
Not The View. She's on
The Real. You can tell I don't watch this shit. That's what Tammy told the other girl. Who else? Adrienne Bailon, Chris Humphries, Miles Austin. When Kim Kardashian did. You know, these Kardashians are even. Kanye West, he don't even smile no more.
Kanye wasn't smiling a long time before
he was smiling when he was with Amber Rose, but he just off the Funny Farm too. And to be technically honest, his music ain't really, you know, first 5 seconds. All his music now. So what he's known for now is the crazy guy, you know, with the mad people.
I don't know. Oh, whatever. All I just know is that
I don't want nothing to do with him. I don't trust him.
We all need to just pray for Lamar Odom. Like, seriously, sincerely pray. The doctor said there's a 50-50 chance that he can pull out this, but the more he's in this condition, the more they feel that he's deteriorating. His quality of life is going down. They're saying there's been reports that his organs and things of that nature are starting to fail. This is just very, very sad. And it's, you know, just like you said, sometimes people reach out for help and they reach out for it, but, you know, because of their past mistakes, we don't always necessarily have time for it.
Or you feel like, you know, well, I've done all you can do. All I can do, you show me time and time again. I'm just not, you know. But, you know, just like I said, I do really think it was a call out for help.
And it could be some positive things coming from
this. Because if you really do, also, you know what, I'm a firm believer in too. I think he's going to get himself back together. You know, I think he's going to get himself back together. So. I think that he's going to get back with his wife. I think he's going to fight hard. Because I really do love Chloe and Lamar.
I do too. Together. Everybody does.
And I think this is like a way for them to, because you know, blessings can come in different kind of disguises. And miracles happen every single day. You know, so I'm a firm believer that this is going to be a turnaround for all the mad people in the Kardashian families. Scott
has already checked himself into rehab.
You know,
what's the Rob? He's losing weight or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. Maybe Scott will get himself together and try to go back and get his family. I don't know. These things happen for a reason. You say, I mean, and exactly what you said.
Caitlyn no longer wants to be Caitlyn.
What?
Yeah, child, you heard that? Did you?
No.
She struggled with identity crisis.
Bitch, we being her. She struggled with identity because she a woman now.
So she feel like she made a mistake.
No, baby, we heard that at
TMT.
Child,
let me tell you something. The streets be talking. I know people that know people.
You know people that know people. Right. And the people that know people told you what now?
She don't want to be. She don't want.
If Bruce, the athlete formerly known as Bruce, go back to being Bruce from Caitlyn, all of this shit was a publicity stunt. All of it. And they are all farce if that actually turns up to happen.
I'm telling you, you know, a wise man told me that what Kris Jenner do is she prays, she meditates, she go on her vault.
I don't know who she pray to then.
And she levitates. That's where she get her thoughts from.
What, she rises
up and she get her thoughts. A wise man told me that. You know who that wise man is?
Who was it?
Mr. Moody.
Cameron Levick. Moody or whatever. But let's move on. Speaking of, so let's talk about Raven-Symoné. So the last time we talked about Raven-Symoné, we broke the news, of course, that she made a comment about, you know, openly discriminating against people who have ghetto names. Well, she since then has apologized. Take a listen to what she actually had to say. She posted this on Sunday on her Facebook page. My comments about discrimination have spun out of control. I like to begin by saying that I was not attacking a specific race, but repeating a name that was said in a viral video which has received over 2 million likes. I've been denied many jobs because of my skin color, body size, and age. Each time I was rejected, my self-esteem was negatively affected. So I empathize with those who feel victimized for what I said. We would hope that when it comes to hiring, our names, physical appearance, sexual orientation, and age would never outweigh qualifications, but oftentimes they do. That's the truth, and it sucks. But I should not be a part of the problem. I should be a part of the solution. As an equal opportunity employer, I have never discriminated against a name, even though I said I would. It's not true. My comment was in poor taste. My lack of empathy towards name discrimination was uncalled for. I would also say that on Friday my account was hacked. Those are not my words. What do you think about that? Her apology.
Just own up to it. If you're gonna say something,
I said too.
If you're gonna say something, say what you say and mean what you say, and don't take it back and don't apologize for it.
Yeah.
When you say stuff, obviously sometimes this is what you meant to say, and it really comes from the heart.
Yeah.
Raven-Symoné, I honestly feel like you meant what you said, but it's not necessarily a bad thing what you said. It's just the truth and it's just the reality. It is what it is. Nowadays, when you have a certain type of names, from witnessing certain things, or even from having people that interview people or that are, managers, general managers, sometimes when you look at people's name and you can't pronounce it, you be like, who the fuck is this? I'm not hiring this. It's just too ethnic. It's just too black. Obviously, the first thing they're going to think of is ghetto fabulous. This bitch don't want to work. She want to eat watermelon and chicken. That's just the reality of it, and I think that now, what really pisses me off, I think people, mainly so black people, are getting too sensitive. What happened to
people,
you?
Period. Probably.
People, period. But, black people now are really more sensitive. Sometimes you just have to own your shit and you have to just stop your shit.
Yeah.
It's the truth or reality of what it is sometimes. People make mistakes, but my thing is, what I'm afraid of now is like, obviously, it's the show called The View. Everybody has their different views and opinions on certain things. So why should I go on a show and work on a show that I can't really express my views or my opinions on something without getting backlash?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think we're getting to a point now where people can't say how they really feel because it's going to offend this interest group.
You have to be politically correct.
It's going to offend this interest group. Blah, blah, blah. Right. Go through the Matthew Knowles School of Media Training or whatever the case may be. I agree with you 100% when it comes to that. I think we should be able to express how we feel. Sometimes we just have to realize that some stuff that people are going to say dumb shit. People are going to say offensive things or whatever, but we have to be the ones to kind of rise above it. Now, that doesn't give people an opportunity to just be reckless with their mouth and things of that nature, but I think what Raven said is something that happens a lot.
And it's the
truth,
we
know it. That's what I'm thinking. We know people discriminate or say nasty or funny things about people who have unique names or whatever the case may be. And was she wrong for admitting that she would not hire them? Yes, I think she was wrong.
I think that part.
But that's her, and she even said it. She wasn't serious. She wasn't actually going to do it. I mean, you have to look at the video. She didn't mean any harm by it. People got all upset, wrote the white race a letter, giving Raven to them, and
which is so
they respectfully declined.
But my thing is just, is the reality of it. My thing is, if you want change, you be the change.
And that's what she said.
So basically, stop. At the end of the day, black people, stop your shit. Stop naming your kids these stupid ass names just because oh, my bon qui or
combine.
Okay, I got a few cousins get a name, but I don't want to throw shade at anybody like that. But half of the time when my cousins name their children or whatever like that, I'm like, what the fuck was this bitch thinking? What the fuck this bitch was on? And name her this long ass, dumb ass name. Yeah. And like when you go on job interviews, I think that your qualifications and your resume should speak for itself. But sometimes, let me tell you something. To be honest with you, I'm gonna look at you sideways too. If I'm walking into Wells Fargo and I see Babisha plaster on the wall. I'm not gonna want you to do my finances. I'm not gonna want you to be nowhere near me. For one, because I'm gonna think you steal. For number two,
see, exactly. There you go.
It's the truth. It's the reality. I'm gonna think you're steal. I'm gonna think that you don't want to be to work. I'm thinking that you're gonna have an attitude. 9 times out of 10, if you have a ghetto name, you do have a nasty attitude. And you don't want to work. I've seen it.
It happens.
I got a home girl. I'm sorry, girl.
But that's not going to be tied to your name.
It is tied to you. But what the point that I'm making is, if you got a ghetto name, I'm not going to want to hire you. I'm not going to want to be, not want to say associated, because I think all ghetto people are very, very fun. But
you're talking about like they're a rare species.
Yeah, they are. These names are rare species.
Are ghetto people.
I'm sorry, even though I got a point to prove it. I'm sorry, family.
Prove it, bitch. Prove it.
I have a cousin named Custacia. Very different, right? So if she walks into Verizon Wireless or wherever you work at, your place of the stash man, you say, okay, cute. What are your qualifications? Or when you see that resume come across your desk, ma'am, are you going to be like,
well, I mean,
what's the first thing that's going to come across?
What I have done, when I've seen a very unique name, I be like, God damn, or whatever.
I'm going to show you what I would do if I see a resume and I see Custacia, and her last name is Jenkins, come across my desk. I'm going to look at it. Okay, this bitch would not work here. Next category.
But you can't penalize her for what her mother and father gave her. That's all I'm saying.
Your mother and father. Let me tell you something.
Pick my piece of paper up.
You parents need to stop your shit with all these dumb names. I'm sorry. I'm very thankful that my mom gave me a regular name, which is James. If you may not know, but I can get by in life. I want children to get by because of my name. You know, I'm just thankful. James, Maurice. You know, yours is a little bit borderline, but
my name is not ghetto.
Okay, let's be honest. How many white guys you know named Maurice?
That doesn't.
I'll let you sit and think about it.
But that doesn't mean that the name.
Basically, long story short, stop coming up with ghetto and stupid names.
But my thing is, what I dislike about it is when people are forced to apologize for something that they normally wouldn't apologize for. For example, T.I. was recently got in trouble for this comment.
I can't vote for, not to be sexist, but I can't vote for the leader of the free world to be a woman.
The vagina.
Just because there are every other position that exists, I think a woman could do well. Every other position. But the president, it's kind of like I just know that women make rash decisions emotionally, and later they make very permanent, like cemented decisions. And then later it's kind of like it didn't happen, or they didn't mean for it to happen, and I sure would hate to just set off a nuke.
That's what I'm saying. Leaders of other nations, I don't think they could.
Yeah,
I don't think they could. Women, they gotta deal with women.
They ain't gonna be able to negotiate.
They're already sexist as it is. Can you imagine?
Foreign policies. The world ain't ready yet.
So, as you can see, T.I. got in trouble because he basically said that he doesn't feel that women should be running the president, should be running our country, because they are a little emotional. They can, and sometimes they can make decisions when they are under the influence of emotions and things of that particular nature. Tiny, his wife, has come to his defense. She said that, her husband can be sexist sometimes or whatever, but T.I. kind of has a reputation of being sexist. But the way that she put it, he's more of a traditionalist. He feels that, the man should court the woman, should take care of the woman should be home, blah, 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 blah. And I know I might piss off a lot of my female viewers by saying this, but I also feel that sometimes women are too emotional.
So just because they're emotional, that does not mean they can't perform and do their job.
Let me finish, BB. Okay. I was basically saying that I do feel women can be emotional, but that doesn't mean that they cannot perform their job functions correctly. But some women can't perform correctly because they are so, their minds be elsewhere. You work with women before, when they got stuff going on at home or they got stuff going on with their man, their whole world breaks down. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've worked with women before.
Yeah, and guess what? I get all them bitches in check too. I don't have time for that. You only have one, like my friend Olivia said, you only have one job to do. That's that. But you know, I think even with T.I.'s comment, I just think it was stupid, and I think it was sexist. You know,
and he said it was just like he said. He felt it was, you know, he was just shooting the shit, barbershop talk, or whatever the case may be. But I think there's a lot of people, not only men, but I think that there's women who kind of share that same feeling or that same sentiment as well. Everybody can't, you know, sometimes, come on women, y'all know. Let's be real about this thing. Sometimes you can't be emotional.
But you know,
but
the thing is,
you can be overly
and that does not have
emotional.
anything to do with it. And
but what if a woman's, let's say Hillary is out there and she's, you know,
I'm pretty sure she ain't get no period.
she going through menopause. But let's just say that she was out there and let's say that time of the month was coming on. That time of the month really impacts you guys. It really, your body, your mind, your spirit, y'all be all out of whack. Your attitude be on fleek. Everything else, you just be pissed off all the time. And think about when you're out there, you're representing this country, you're sitting at a table with Putin or whoever you're talking to, you know, trying to build a relationship, and you get mad because they say something sexist or offensive. And then that causes you to get into a stink or get into an attitude.
But I think when you're doing your job is a little bit different. I don't really think that just because it's that time of month, I just don't agree with you.
Come on, let's be real.
You know, let's be real.
It doesn't even need to be that time of the month sometimes.
But I just think that nowadays,
people are emotional sometimes.
Guys, you know, we're in 2015. Shit happens. Things are evolving. Things are changing. People need to get out these old mentalities and these old ways that men.
But see, but no, but BB, no, stop. Because no, let's talk about this because women. One thing I can say about women want to be pampered. They want to be treated. You know, they want all of the perks of the old ways. They don't want to work or whatever. They want to stay home. They want to raise the children. But then you want to turn around and you want us to treat you like you are independent and things like you can't have it both ways.
Okay, first of
all the women who are independent, y'all throwing your hands up, you're grabbing your dicks, your titties, and all kind of stuff like that. And then when we treat you like you want to be treated, then you want to go back to being pink and all of this stuff like that. You can't have it both ways. I think that's what's wrong with the family today. I think the women have become so overly confident, so overly powerful. And I'm not saying that you can't be confident or anything like that, but you can't want... God, I can't...
Basically, he's speaking for himself. Because you are an independent woman. And you know, you do some of the things that you do. So, you know, I feel like
a man.
He has a double standard.
I don't have a double standard.
You fool a lot of people with this, ma'am, but you've not fooled me.
Whatever.
I know her.
You know me. Him. I'm a butt your ass upside.
She.
Whatever.
Caitlin. Alexis. Girl, I know you, honey.
But what I'm saying is, sometimes I think you can't have the best. You can't have the best of both worlds. Either, for me, if I was to get married and have a wife and things of that particular nature.
Picture that. I'm sorry.
If I was supposed to get married and have a kid, I would want my wife to be submissive. If I can afford it, I would want her to stay home.
But you,
and take care of the kids. Not take her no. I want her ass to get up and go to work.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
She need to get up and go to work.
People live in this society and this mentality that, you know, women need to do this, they need to be home, they need to be. But nowadays you have women that are out there working that are striving for excellence, that want to be their own boss.
And nobody's saying that you can't do that.
But I'm just saying, but it is like what you're saying, like, oh, a woman can't be a president because of the time of that month.
I didn't say that, BB.
But basically, at the end of the day, that's what you're saying, you know.
You're putting words in my mouth now. That's not what I said.
But anyway, next subject.
Right, let's move on. But of course,
we are just going to agree to disagree.
We're not agreeing to disagree. I'm right, you're wrong.
Girl, I've spoken. I've said what I said.
Moving on.
I want to get her together, but this is her show, and
right. And remember that this is my show. No, I'm just joking. But I mean, it goes to show with T.I., I actually kind of agree with him. I'm not saying that they couldn't do it, but sometimes women, you guys can get a little emotional sometimes. But speaking of...
I ain't listened to no man that been in jail and got gun charges.
Did you have the opportunity to watch the Democratic debate?
No.
Why?
Wasn't here for it.
You a damn lie. You were sitting on the couch.
But I really wasn't paying attention. I said
you need to pay attention to what's going on, BB. You need to. But anyway,
politics is a little bit boring to me, and I feel like if Donald Trump wasn't there, I really wouldn't want to pay attention no way because he's entertaining.
Well, this was the Democrat. This was the other side of the house or whatever. But they had their first presidential candidate debate, and I can say, I will admit, it started off kind of slow to me, but as time went on, the debate got good. What I loved about it was this debate, it wasn't a whole reality show. With the Republican side of the house, you got Donald Trump, you got all of these inexperienced politicians who are basically, in a sense, leading. That says something.
Ben Carson?
Exactly. Ben Carson, of course. So, and then you have Jeb, and you have all those people. The thing about the Republican Party, to me, is during their debates, all they were talking about was foreign policy, bombing shit, you know, going this, getting these guns, getting this, all of this stuff.
And to keep them out.
This debate with the Democratic Party, they actually talked about stuff that resonated with me, or whatever the case may be. And from the actual debate, they talked about things like, and these are issues that are important to me. Immigration. Actually, I don't think they talked about immigration. I can't remember. But the issues that are important to me this election: immigration, education, gun control, economy, healthcare, climate change, race relations, the whole Black Lives Matter, you know, thing, prison reform, legalization of marijuana, and women's rights. Those are some of the things that impact me and what I want to talk about. And this debate, even though the Republican Party has had two debates, this one debate, to me, was better than both of them together. Yes, I was watching the Republican debate for the stunts and shows with Donald, with Donald Trump, but this time, this put me in a different mood or whatever, and I'm really interested to see what's going to happen, who's going to end up getting the nominations from both sides of the house, or whatever the case may be. On the Democratic side, we got Jim Webb, Bernie Sanders, who's a pit bull, Lincoln Sharfay, I don't know how to say his name, but he lost, child. He was clearly lost. He was too busy talking about when his father passed away, how hurt he was, and on his first day up in Congress or the Senate, whatever he was in, he just voted for stuff because it was his first day. I don't need nobody who just gonna vote for stuff just because it was your first day. And then we have Martin O'Malley and then Hillary Clinton or whatever. So those are sort of kind of the front runners. A lot of people was expecting Vice President Biden to run, but he wasn't there at the first debate, so more than likely he's not actually going to be there. But what were you about to say? I like other things that I talked about: immigration, education, gun control, economy, healthcare, climate change, race relations, prison reform, legalization of marijuana, and women's rights. What are some things that stuck out to you when I said that list?
Immigration for one.
Why?
Family. Gun control. And of course, education. You want equal opportunity for everyone. You want school.
It's getting so expensive.
It's so expensive, and I'm looking at
tuition
tuition and books because, of course, I want to go back to school. But it's so expensive. It's ridiculous. And that's why you have a lot of people, nowadays that really don't go to college and really can't even afford it or don't even think about it because
a lot of people aren't doing the 4-year experience anymore. They're doing more of a 2-year experience because it's cheaper and you go directly into your trade.
Experiences are getting extremely high. And you have people in debt.
Yeah. I mean, they go into a lifetime of debt. I remember my cousin Deandra, she told me many years ago, when it comes to student loans, you're going to always have to pay those back or whatever. And hopefully you'll be able to, where you'll be fortunate enough where you can see you pay it off. I paid off one of my student loans, but the big one, I ain't paying that off no time soon or whatever the case may be, unless I become
and then with the gun control, I mean,
it's so many people, we're having these mass shootings everywhere and things of that nature.
But I really think even with gun control, you really can't control it because nowadays you just have access to it. Many people have access to it. People selling guns in the streets. You can go to pawn shops and get them.
I think what they're looking for is those legal, the legal ways or the legal methods that you can buy guns, being a little bit more strict, making sure, because people who can't, who've had records, they can't vote, they can't, you know, they can't buy guns and things of that nature, but, you know, making it a little bit more tougher when it comes to these gun shows that comes to town, increasing regulation and things of that nature for you being able to buy it. The legalization of marijuana, my thing is, I've seen a lot of people that I know personally who have gotten a charge because of weed, or who've gone to jail because of weed. Their lives are now messed up now because of some stupid decisions that they made years ago, that they can't get a job, or that, you know, they can't do the things they want, or whatever. People who have records sometimes tend to turn out to be entrepreneurs, owning little small businesses because they can't get a job. It's a little weed. Everybody smokes weed these days, or whatever. Everybody doesn't use weed as a gateway drug to cocaine or heroin or crystal meth or whatever. A lot of people smoke weed just to clear their mind, or what they think clear mind. For whatever the reason, legalize it. Government, find a way to tax the shit. Sell it what, you know, people can buy. And everybody who has some type of record for weed, take it off their record. People who are in jail for any type of weed charges, let them out of jail. That's the type of prison reform that we actually need to, you know, we actually need to do. But Democratic debate was good. I'm looking forward to future debates. I'm really now to see what I can say about the Democratic Party is everything that they talked about, it was more home front. Things that personally impact each of us. With the Republican Party, it's always foreign policy, foreign policy, foreign policy, foreign policy. We got a lot of shit right here that we need to clean up or whatever. And that's what I do like about the Democratic Party. They're more focused on us as a people and uplifting everyone. You know, people say Republicans do away with public assistance and welfare and things of that nature. I don't mind paying taxes for those things. Yes, I don't like to see people that I know abuse the system, but I look at it as I never know what may happen to me one day or whatever. The job that I have, the benefits that I have, the money that I make, I might lose it. My job might close down. I might do something stupid and get fired or whatever the case may be. I might be, you know, racially profiled, or whatever the case may be. Shit happens or whatever, and I am wise enough to know that I'm not too far removed from where I come from, or I'm not too dumb to think that maybe one day I may have to look, you know, to public assistance and things of that particular nature. But good Democratic debate, looking forward to new ones as well. So let's talk about what's next or whatever. Let's talk about the Hip Hop Awards. The BET Hip Hop Awards was this past weekend here in Atlanta. You don't like it? No, you don't like it?
So what happened with it? I wasn't here for it.
I was here or whatever. Scarface, hip hop artist, rap artist Scarface, won the I Am Hip Hop Award, of course, from BET. And right after he accepted the award and gave his speech, he was arrested
For
child support.
next story.
He was arrested for child support.
So after
how the hell you come to town
and get arrested out of state,
coming to get an award, and the minute that you walk off stage, you get arrested for child support?
I think that, to me personally, I think that was a setup, and
but the thing is, you can't be going to places that you know you got outstanding offenses and stuff like that. Think everything is gonna be cool. I hate that, and maybe. You know, I'm not saying that Scarface don't pay his child support. I don't know how old his children was. I don't even know how much past due he was with child support. But, I mean, damn, they could at least waited till he got back to the hotel or something like that. Or whatever, instead of arresting his ass right after he got off stage or whatever. Word to the wise.
Pay your tithes.
Word to the people. Pay your tithes, pay your offering, pay the IRS. Pay your child support, okay?
Those are 3 things you
and pay your insurance too, or whatever. If you got insurance, there's a lot of people out there who do not have insurance, and people say they got a lot of stuff, but when they die, child, the family really finds out what they got and what they don't got, or whatever the case may be. So Scarface, pay your child support. I hate that it actually happened to you as well. Congratulations to John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. They are expecting their first child.
Congratulations!
Exactly. They have a little big booty, big titty, little baby walking around the place or whatever.
Beautiful baby.
I think it is too, or whatever. So congratulations to them. Yeah. And the last thing I want to talk about, Playboy. So did you when you were young? Did you look at Playboy magazine?
No.
Did you look at nudie magazines or anything like that?
Yeah. I don't know. Only thing I looked at was like Queer as Folk on like Showtime after dark.
Lord, you so young, BB. Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
that's the only thing I looked at, like Queer as Folk. But I didn't, watch porn or Playboy.
So Playboy is known for nude photos. Of course, nude photos of women. They have made the creative decision to no longer have nude photos anymore. Playboy is only going to be, it's going to be kind of erotic, tasteful pictures. People always say, the guys always say, I get Playboy magazines because the articles are really, really good. Or whatever, but everybody knows, everybody used to look at Playboy for the pussy and, the ass and the titties and things of that nature. But they made the decision to actually go green, to where you can say, so they're not going to have any nude photos anymore. This is going to be interesting to me. I didn't watch, not watch Playboy, but I didn't get Playboy magazines. I didn't look at it. Sometimes my brother had a little Hustler or whatever the case may be, those magazines, and I saw ass and titties from that particular perspective, but I was never one to go get a magazine and jack off to it or anything of that nature. But this is going to be interesting because Playboy has influenced, of course, culture through the years. Many women aspire to be on the cover of Playboy magazine or whatever,
and actually some
and they
of
felt liberated.
Yeah,
to,
and some of them that
show
actually
their
have
bodies
done
and stuff.
Playboy have gone on to do bigger and better things.
Yeah,
I really, to me personally, I think that Playboy should just stick with what they're known for, because you've built a brand, you've built a legacy off of nudity. That's what you guys, it doesn't matter how bad you try to shake it or how many changes that you make. Playboy is going to be known for the Playboy Mansion and the Playboy Bunnies. That's
and the Playboy parties.
And nudity. That's all you're going to be known for. So I think that now, if things evolve, things change.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with it, because if you think about it, if you want to look at it from a business aspect, those long-time subscribers, they may not be feeling that. So it's like a win-win situation. You may gain some, and I really do think that you're going to lose a whole lot of money too, and a lot of subscribers.
Some people feel that they're changing it because of the whole Bill Cosby thing. Because Bill Cosby, all of his sexual alleged sexual predator, activities took place at the Playboy Mansion and things of that nature. A lot of those girls were raped by him or given drugs and things of that nature. So some people feel that they are changing their image because of this whole Bill Cosby
And I don't
thing.
think that either, because if that was the case, that's bullshit. You should have been changed it a long time ago. If that was the case, that's just speaking that,
But everybody knows what goes on at the Playboy
Mansion.
But a lot of times, BB, it was hush-hush. People didn't talk about it.
But
now you got 50, 60-something
but
women
still,
coming out and saying that they
I
were
guarantee you,
sexually
anybody
assaulted.
behind that in that Playboy Mansion, Hugh Hefner or anybody else, they knew what was going on. So now I don't think that they should change something because of what happened. Because
I'm
of
just
one
saying what the streets
person.
are talking. The streets are talking, and that's what the streets are saying.
And the streets is full of shit. I just don't agree with it. Child, no. And
So what do you feel about? Okay, so
this
speaking
Bill Cosby
of
stuff, I just
nude,
ain't buying it.
so you don't think that he did it?
No, half of the women.
50 or 60-something women, BB, you
Child,
don't think that Bill
let me
Cosby
tell you
did
something.
that?
Half of the time, certain women are looking for a come up. Number two, it could be possibly. And if you really look at some of these women, you be like, oh hell no, I know Bill
That's
Cosby.
now. That's then.
But
They
still,
were
even in
younger
some of their
back
pictures,
then.
they was not the prettiest flower on the wall.
Well, a lot of ugly guys get a lot of pretty girls when they got money, when they got the
But
coins.
still, I
And
just don't
so,
believe
and
it.
that's my thing. BB, it's kind of hard to believe that 50, 60-something women are
I'm not
all
saying that
lying.
none of it is true. Like, some of them might be true, but then again, like for you just I stand corrected. You never know. Nowadays,
So
you just
let me
never
ask you
know.
a question. So this whole Bill Cosby thing, all of this foolishness going on with Cosby, has that changed your perception of him? The image, America's dad,
No.
the Huxtables, has that changed?
No, because I still love the Cosby Show.
And that's my thing. I don't understand why people are getting so up in arms about it.
Did you
This
see the
doesn't change my mind of. This doesn't change my perception
But
of Bill
catch
Cosby
this-
and the work that he did. And I know what the hell you about to talk about. You talking about Ebony magazine cover?
Yes.
Is it
They
true?
try. Yes, that's the cover that's coming out. That's the new cover.
Before we started shooting, I actually saw a magazine cover of Ebony
And I
magazine,
think that
and
it was so-
it was a picture of the Cosby Show with the cast of the Cosby Show with a big crack dead in Bill Cosby's face. I was like, oh my God, is this true? I didn't know if it's true. I haven't had the opportunity to research it yet, but BB, you saying it's true?
my phone kind of froze up now, but due to this fucking iPhone, this up-to-date app. But yeah, it's true. It is true. And you know what? My thing is, I think that Ebony was so wrong for that, because you've had the Cosby Show, you've had the cast members from the Cosby Show, you have Melissa Rashad, you have all these people on your magazine throughout over the years. So all of a sudden you want to, bash him now.
Controversy sells,
or
baby.
Do that. But I
is it right?
That
no,
it's not right. But people. Not child.
So I mean, do they have a responsibility of being biased just because it is Bill Cosby?
I wouldn't say they would have a responsibility to be biased, but I think that when you're Ebony magazine is known for classy. It's Ebony magazine.
Black people.
Black magazine is very classy. So now I just think that I think it was very distasteful. This magazine cover. Yeah,
my thing is, it hasn't changed my perception of Bill Cosby.
Yeah, because I still look at the Cosby Show.
I still love the Cosby Show.
I still love my Jello pudding.
He did a Jello. It's fictional work. Yeah, I saw it. It's fictional work or whatever. It's an art form. He did a phenomenal thing or whatever the case may be. Where Cosby messed up was when he used to bash all the young black men about sagging and stuff. And yes, his message was good, but it's just about the way that you go about and do things or whatever the case may be. Justin Bieber also was caught naked last week or whatever. He was vacationing somewhere. Did you see that picture of him and his man?
I do not want to see Ella naked.
And on that note, we want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Hollywood Happenings.
I just don't think that. Why would you want to? Let me tell you something. I just don't do pink meat, and I'm sorry. I don't want to look at that body.
Not the platform for that.
You brought it up,
but I just brought it up just to see if you knew about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We'll see you later. Adios.
See ya.
Bye.
You are my dream.